Do not join Skool.com until you understand the 3 biggest problems with it. These are the 3 biggest problems I have with the software and where I think a lot of their marketing is misleading, but it's also the 3 biggest problems that thousands of its own users are now starting to realize. And I want to be clear here, there is one main reason I'm making this video, and it's because over the last 10 years, we have sold over $25 million in online courses between these 2 businesses here, and we did it using every platform or software or tool you're seeing on your screen now. We've been around the block for over a decade. We have tried it just about every platform and tool you can think of. And if you are trying to create, market, and sell an online course, a community, or an online education product, choosing the right platform is very important. And before I dive into the 3 main problems that you will have with Skool.com if you're considering joining, first off, this is not a hit piece on Alex Hormozi or Sam Ovens or Skool.com as a whole. I respect and look up to Alex Hormozi in the education space. I think he's a brilliant marketing mind. His software is what I have an issue with. And I have an issue with it because I sell a software. So full transparency, I have an affiliate link to join Skool.com. If you want to join it below, I sell my own software. I make money either way. You're a grown adult. You can make the decision for yourself. But hopefully this video can shed some light on the best decision you should make to build, market, and scale your online course or business, and some huge problems I have with Skool.com. So with that said, let's start with my number 1 biggest problem I have with Skool.com. It is a disease I have coined and I call software stacking. I coined this disease because I had this disease. We were actually spending over $5,000 a month on software costs between Kajabi and Teachable, Thinkific, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Twilio, Wix, Calendly, Hootsuite. You got ManyChat for Instagram DM automations, ClickFunnels or Samcar or Systeme. You got all these softwares. We've tried almost all of them. And software stacking occurs when a software or platform does 1 or 2 things really well and the rest of it they don't do at all or just plain suck at. Now, every platform has its varying degrees of like really bad software stacking and then like not as bad. I dig on a lot of platforms like Kajabi, for example, that claim to be all-in-one platforms, but in reality, their CRM suck, their automation suck, their booking features suck. They have all these terrible jack of all trades, master of none issues. But then you've got like full-blown software stacking disease to the max, which is where Skool.com falls. And software stacking is an issue for 2 main reasons. Number 1, it's super expensive, right? Again, $5,000 a month. I've been there. It sucks. I don't like having to pay for 15 different platforms that all accomplish different purposes because none of them do everything very well. The second and arguably bigger issue is the complexity behind it, right? You got Skool.com, who on one hand touts how simple it is, but on the other hand, you have to actually use a minimum of 3 to 5 other softwares to use it well. If you're considering joining any platform, look at the people who are doing the best and do some simple math and say, okay, eventually, if I want to become like them using this platform, I'm probably going to follow suit and do what they're doing, right? So I did just that, and you should do the same. If you go to Skool.com leaderboards, the people who are making the most money with Skool.com. I just pulled out 2 random examples, but this is literally almost every single one of their top users following this boat. Here we've got a guy named Hamza Ahmed, runs a school community called Adonis Gang. He helps people to become masculine and be a bro. I don't know what he does. Kind of an Andrew Tate kind of vibe here, right? Whatever his community is, that's great. His community's on Skool, but then, wait a minute, he's on ClickFunnels for all of his landing pages. Okay, if I want to buy his stuff, I then go to ThriveCart for his checkout process. After that, you kind of have to be able to email people and communicate with them in some shape or form, so you have to use a CRM like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. I'm sure he's using that as well. And then to have all those softwares communicate with each other, you have to use Zapier to string them all together. So this lovely $99 per month price point that many people are attracted to quickly as you scale and as you grow and actually find success turns into $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month and beyond. And that grows because most of the softwares you have to stack on top of Skool.com are usage-based, right? MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. Our MailChimp bill was $1,500 a month to send emails, and it just got bigger and bigger. Okay, another random example. Again, I'm kind of just grabbing these just as I see them here. This guy is Hugo Matthias. Again, one of the most successful Skool.com users here. Looks like he's French. Runs Skool.com for his community. He then uses Calendly to book all of his calls for coaching, for one-on-one, for sales calls. He uses Telegram for his communication. He uses Wix.com for his website. And same thing here, you kind of have to have a CRM somewhere. You got to have Zapier to automate all those together. And this is literally just like 30 seconds of me going through their funnels and just seeing what are you guys using on the back end. Now, this is only an issue for me because of how Skool.com, Alex Hormozi, and Sam Ovens promotes and markets this platform. On their website, right? Skool is simple. You can set it up in less than 30 minutes, and because it's an all-in-one platform, you don't need to integrate any tools for it to work. Okay, I'm confused because all the top users almost across the board are using at least one other software, but most of them using 3 to 5 extra softwares and stacking on top of this all-in-one platform. So I'm really not being unfair here. I'm not trying to make this a bigger deal than it actually is. I think Alex and Sam market this thing incredibly well. On one hand, they want to promote it as an all-in-one platform. The reality is that it does 2 things really well. It does community building and gamification really well. That is is its entire claim to fame and what it does, but everything else that goes into actually succeeding online and being able to scale with that solution is completely missing. It's non-existent. Do I love the education? Do I think that following Alex Hormozi's advice is going to help you a lot? I do, yes. Do I think Skool.com does a good job of helping you get up and running pretty quickly? Yes, I do. Those are two redeeming qualities of the brand as a whole. Is it an all-in-one platform? Absolutely not. Do you have to use and subscribe to many other softwares in order to actually succeed? I would argue a resounding yes, and you can look at their most successful creators to confirm that. So you kind of have to make a decision on which one you want. Do you want a long-term solution that will scale with your business and the success that you start to find, and to have that on day one? Or do you want something that is super easy, right? It's very user-friendly. The UX is really nice. But as you start to find success and things start working, you grow out of your one-year-old pants, you start to find things get very messy, very complicated, super complex, and it gets messier and messier the more it succeeds. After scaling over $25 million in online courses at CC360, we do both of those extremely well. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video, but let's first go into problem number 2 with Skool.com, and that is what I call the lion's share lie. So to understand what this fallacy is in the first place, you have to know what Skool.com pushes really hard for, something that Alex Hormozi mentions a lot in his videos, and it's this concept that, look, we have this huge database of online communities and courses, and we have an even bigger database of people who are looking for communities, and so guess what you can do? You build the community, and we're gonna just have all this SEO of people looking for your types of communities, and customers will just fall into your laps. It's amazing. In theory, that is one of the strongest, most amazing sales propositions ever. In practice, does it work? Well, newsflash for you, Skool.com is not even close to being the first person to try this marketplace strategy or the ability for others to discover your communities or courses. Okay, here's some quick facts for you. And this is again after we have coached and helped over 5,000 course creators build, market, and sell their own online education businesses. Okay, we have plenty of people who say, Stockton, why not just use Udemy? They do all the marketing for you. Or Stockton, Skillshare is amazing. They do the marketing for you. This is like the epitome of the beginner course creator mindset. They all have that same mindset and belief that for some reason Udemy is just going to magically poop out customers for you. You just build it and they will come, right? It's amazing. When you look deeper into Udemy and Skillshare's model, here's the numbers. Did you know that 75% of creators on Udemy are making less than $1,000 per year? The average creator across all of their instructors are making less than $3,300 per year, and only 1% of instructors are making a full-time income, and full-time income is over $50,000 a year. And on top of those numbers, guess what? Udemy, Skillshare, they both take half of your earnings. That's how their business model works. We're doing the marketing for you, or are they really? And does it actually work? And so in exchange for that, we want half of everything that you make. What a wild transaction. This is why since 2016 of us selling online courses, we tell people you have to market it yourself. It's the only sustainable and successful way to scale and to build your online businesses, but nobody will ever care as much about your online course or your business more than you will. You just cannot outsource marketing the way that some of these platforms say that you can. There are 250,000 online courses on Udemy. There are 30,000 on Skillshare. Both of these companies started their businesses in 2010, and both of them had made a very big push to say, look, we have this massive collection of customers. We have hundreds of millions of users who are consuming our course content. And so guess what? We can help to market your course by, I don't know, making some SEO. And so people can look you up and maybe want to buy your course. It sounds amazing in theory. In practice, it never works. And Skool.com is going heavily in this direction, making it sound like it's this pill that you take. You just swallow it once, and then all of a sudden these customers start finding you magically with their SEO. Again, look at the top 1 to 10% creators on any of these platforms and see what they're doing. They are marketing themselves well. They're doing great with organic content. Many of them are running paid ads. They've been at it for more than a year, right? They're consistent. They persist through the ups and the downs of building an online business. There is a lot that goes into how to market yourself well. That's why we teach you inside of Course Creator 60 exactly how we have marketed ourselves, both organically, that's free, and with paid contents, because nobody will ever do this for you, period. There's other platforms like WAP.com that Iman Godzi just launched. Same exact thing. It's this big make money online. You make this online course and we will feed you the traffic. I'm just telling you, this will crash and burn. It just never works. It never has worked. Udemy and Skillshare have been doing this for 15 years. If it was such a magic pill, Udemy and Skillshare would be pumping out millionaire course creators left and right, and everyone would be flocking to them, but they're not. So what you find is what I call, again, this lion's share fallacy, where the top 1 to 10% of creators who actually know how to market themselves, they're staying consistent. They're not viewing this as a one-time get rich quick scheme, make money online opportunity. They're actually building a real business. And so lo and behold, they start to get the most attention. They get the most success stories. They start getting the most SEO. Their communities or courses start to rank consistently consistently on the highest of the leaderboards. The rich get richer, and they continue to get more and more of that market share. But the promise was for all the little guys, the ones who actually want to make an online course and don't want to have to do any marketing. That's what this whole SEO promise was for, and the reality of it is it just does not work. Again, in the 5,000 creators I've coached, there's been a handful of people who have found enormous success on Udemy. And when I say enormous, I mean they've sold like $20,000 to $30,000 total. And on the flip side, I've coached hundreds of people on how to market themselves, how to build a business, how to take full ownership of it, how to demand attention online, how to turn those viewers and eyeballs into leads and into sales. And hundreds of them have turned into millionaires. Hundreds more have made over 6 figures. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes effort. There is not going to be a solution out there that just magically poops out money for you. You have to make an incredible product. You have to solve real pain points. You have to create a really strong offer. You have to market yourself. And luckily for you, we teach you exactly how we've done that over the last 10 years. We have been consistently making multi-6 figures every single month for the last decade, selling online education, coaching programs, digital products, and many more. I don't just give you a true all-in-one software, but we give you all the education, the support, the coaching, and the templates that go along with it. You can join a 30-day trial to Course Creator 60 below. But let's now move to the third and the final biggest problem I have with Skool.com, and this is what I call the flexibility fence, right? Essentially, you can play inside of this fence in this playground, but don't expect to leave it or climb over it. This also happens to be the same problem I have with Kajabi. Okay, again, one of Skool.com's biggest pros is that it's simple. I actually agree with it. It is a very simple platform to use and to get up and running, but simple has a very big cost as well. And you have to decide if that cost is worth it for you. Both Kajabi and Skool.com have that kind of simplicity marketing angle, which again is kind of ironic because there are still plenty of users who struggle and complain about the complexity of either of those platforms. But I digress. The problem and the cost of simplicity is it is super restrictive. Essentially, Skool.com, Alex Ramosi, their whole claim is that, look, you never have to design a landing page. We know what landing pages converts. Just use our one template that we have. You get nothing else. You can't really customize it. And that is what you're going to use. Okay, that's awesome if it works exceptionally well, which for 99% of people, it may not. But you also kind of find that, again, the best users don't like that restriction. And so they go and they use ClickFunnels or Wix or Squarespace or Kajabi or something else to build those landing pages because they want the flexibility. They need the customization. Kajabi's got the same issue, right? Their checkout page process, for example. I hated it. I can't change anything. I have to fit and conform to their one strategy and their one angle, and I can't leave it. I have to stay within that one box and that little tiny fence that's restricting me because they don't want to risk the users getting all fancy schmancy, breaking things, and overcomplicating it. So I understand why Skool.com or Kajabi focus on that simplistic angle, and they want to restrict how much freedom you have. My philosophy and how we do it in our software is we give you our best performing templates, what we're actually using with funnels, websites, lead gens, emails, automations, and more. And you can use those untouched, but you can then customize fully whatever you want with any of those assets. If you want the freedom for customization, knock yourself out. If tech overwhelms you and you don't want to have to touch it, then great, don't touch it. It already works. I just hate that Skool.com doesn't even allow you to change certain things. There's a couple of really obvious areas where they have this flexibility fence issue. Number one, again, is the zero customization policy they have with like page design, checkout pages, very limited branding. You just have to use their out-of-box solution. You have no other options. And that's why it's fast, right? That's why they can make the argument that you can set it up in 30 minutes. That is true, but with a cost, right? You can't change anything. You have to just use what they're using and hopefully it works. I think there's room for a discussion on whether that's the most effective way or not. Second, this one's kind of funny. Skool.com is a course host, right? Or they claim to be. They have zero native video hosting. To launch and to build your online course in Skool.com, you have to upload all of your contents to Vimeo or Wistia or Loom.com or YouTube. And then you take those links, you embed it into the Skool.com community, and you've got hundreds of videos that are on these other platforms being strung together by Skool.com. So it's housed in Skool, but it's actually uploaded and being streamed from a different platform. I have a lot of problems with that. It doesn't feel nearly as exclusive. People can grab those URLs for YouTube or for Loom and just share them outside the platform. There's a lot of problems with it, in my opinion. Third is that Skool only lets you have one group per $99 per month plan, right? Every single subgroup or extra community that you have to pay an additional subscription for that. Kajabi, Teachable, Thinkific, many other platforms are the same way. Each instance of a domain or business that you have to just pay for an extra subscription. On our $147 per month plan, we give you 2 for free. Our users rave about this. On our highest plan, we give you 5. You can have 5 instances of CC360 for the price of 1, where I could squeeze the lemon dry and make you sign up for a new subscription for every business that you have. The fourth area that Skool has limited flexibility and features is they don't have any quizzes. You can't run certifications. There's no advanced automations. You can't run tiered pricing. You don't have an affiliate center. You can't use any other payment processors like PayPal or any other payment processor out there, and many more, right? There's just very shallow integration capability, which again forces you to have to invest in other softwares use Zapier or Make.com to string all that junk together. And so ironically, this marketing message of like simplicity and all-in-one platform completely cannibalizes itself because you have to get really complex with other platforms. You get really expensive. So it's no longer cheap. It's no longer all-in-one, and it isn't very simple. And that, folks, is my 3 biggest problems with Skool.com. I know I'm not alone in this. I have reviewed and looked over a lot of what's being said about Skool.com. Hundreds and thousands of people share that same sentiments. They're starting to recognize it more as time goes on with Skool.com. I do think and I hope that Skool.com will get better. Maybe they want to be an all-in-one platform. I don't know if they do. Right now, they're not even close. They focus on communities and gamification. That's great. It's great for a season. That one and only feature is not going to get you to enormous success as a course creator. You have to have a CRM. You have to have some more automation capabilities. You have to have a funnel builder, a calendar booking system. You got to be able to email and text your customers. You got to automate your Instagram DMs. You have to create some more complex forms and surveys sometimes. I like to have the ability to schedule out my Instagram, YouTube videos, LinkedIn posts, Twitters, TikTok videos, and more. So Skool.com's strengths oftentimes create its own weaknesses. Everyone's going to be different. I'm a very big proponent of you just trying things out. So that's why we have a 30-day free trial to our software. And on top of that, we offer a 30-day money back on your first paid month. You get 60 days to see if what we can offer you is better than any other competitor out there. Skool.com offers a free trial as well. It's 14 days, not nearly as good. But like, don't take my word for it. Use it. Go out and actually see if these things are true. Look at the top creators on any platform and just know that as you start to get in the space, you're likely going to have to follow the same steps they've gone down. Now, lastly, as a fourth and kind of extra little bonus problem, or I guess dig that I kind of have on Skool.com that a lot of people have as well, is this MLM or kind of like hustle bro culture that surrounds it. You'll also find that a lot of Skool.com communities, dare I say most of them, are predominantly make money online niches, right? How to make money doing XYZ, as opposed to, let's say, courses or communities on how to play piano or learn Japanese or relationships, right? There's no monetary incentive. There is no, hey, invest in my community or course and get back this money. It's just taking your education, taking your expertise, and educating others, and it may have nothing to do with money. Now, the whole MLM side of Skool.com is partly a misunderstanding. Many people say, oh, Skool.com is an MLM. It's a pyramid scheme. And those who say that don't actually understand what affiliate marketing is. Affiliate marketing is not a pyramid scheme. Multi-level is like multi-tier. There's many levels that you can make money off of people underneath you. Affiliate marketing is run by pretty much every software on planet Earth. Teachable, Kajabi, Thinkific, ClickFunnels. I mean, you name it, they all have one. It's 1 tier, sometimes 2 tiers max. So Skool.com is not an MLM, but they do push heavily into their affiliates. That is for sure their main source of generating new leads and new customers, is they have a lot of people running campaigns on how to make money with Skool.com. And so that is their advertising vehicle they choose to go after. You've got people on YouTube all over the place who are teaching others how to make Skool.com communities. And if you join their affiliate link, they make a kickback on that, and they also have you in their community, so they kind of double dip and make a lot of money that way. This is not inherently bad. We have an affiliate marketing program as well. We pay 30% commissions to our promoters for life. It's very aggressive. And I do that because I want others to actually promote our software if they got value from it. What I am seeing with Skool.com though is this probably unintended culture that's forming around it, where it does have that hustle bro, make money online, MLM vibe to it, where you are getting a lot of these kind of get rich quick vibed people making a lot of content and pushing Skool.com. I don't think that was Alex Ramosi or Sam Ovens' intentions. It's just kind of become that way, unfortunately, probably for them. But again, it kind of shows you what's working on Skool.com. Those people who are teaching others how to build Skool communities are arguably the most successful ones on Skool.com. So those are my 3 and I guess 4 main problems I have with Skool.com. Again, I've been around the block for a long time. I've tried pretty much every platform out there. It's why I launched my own solution called Course Creator 360. We are not only a true and actual all-in-one platform that cancels all other softwares. I personally do not use any other softwares myself. I use my own software and just my own software. But I always tell people, right? Tools are just 30% of the equation. If you just have a handful and a bag full of hammers and drills that build landing pages and funnels and forms and all these bells and whistles, that's great. It's only 30% of what you need to succeed. You have to have the education, the blueprints. You need really good support. You got to have coaching. It certainly doesn't hurt to have a lot of templates from people who've actually been there before, know what works, you can plug and play, and find success far faster. If you truly want to build a successful online brand and an online business that gets you to 6 figures and beyond, it takes time, it takes work, it takes efforts. Anybody who tells you otherwise is blowing smoke and mirrors. But if you are ready to have that true all-in-one platform, the 360-degree view of everything you need to build, market, and sell an online course, you can click below, join a 30-day free trial. You can put all these claims I've made to the test yourself. That's why I give you 30 days free. Or of course, if you feel more inclined to give Skool.com a shot, great, use my link below. I make a kickback on that. I urge everybody to try it out for yourself. Never just take people's opinions online. Try it, let them prove their worth, but ultimately pick a platform, get going. You're going to have to market it anyways. You're going to have to put forth time and energy and effort to make it work. Don't get caught up in spending months trying to pick the right platform. Just join a free trial, get started, stop waiting, and go crush it. That's it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.